The most chaotic football tournament is back again on your screens. AFCON 2025 is here, and if you clicked on this video, you are probably wondering, what team should I support? What team fits me the most? Well, I'm here to help you pick. I'm recording this on Sunday. I don't know, I'm such a lazy YouTuber. Hopefully this video comes out before the kickoff of the match, but I'll try my best to edit it and get it out before then. The first category we are going to be looking into is familiar faces. Look, people will run to shame you for being a bandwagon fan, but I believe if you are a sports fan and you are watching a new sport or you are watching a new tournament, the best time to bandwagon is probably the first time you are getting into it. So you can bandwagon as much as you like. It's a personal choice. You don't have any blood ties to any of these nations, so nobody should be able to shame you for that. So you can go for just the recognizable names if you are a fan of European football. These countries are Egypt, Nigeria and Senegal. As for Egypt is the most successful African nation in this tournament, but in recent years they've not been able to win because their football has had a bit of a downturn until Mo Salah rescued it, and it just seems like it's primed perfectly for him to win it. This is the fairy tale ending for him. He can win this and just ride off into the sunset, play in the World Cup. Did they qualify? I think they qualified for the World Cup. Ride off into the sunset, play with them in the World Cup and just retire from international football. That's just the perfect storybook ending for Mo Salah and Egypt. And of course, we have Nigeria. Nigeria, my country. Look, I know Nigeria did not qualify for the World Cup. Ghanaians, I don't want to see you in my comments, but Nigeria still have all those star powers. They still have all those star players, sorry. So if a team is going to go far, I would like to believe Nigeria is going to go far. You might call me delusional, but when a team has Alex Iwobi, Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, Calvin Bassey and co, come on, who is to say they can't go all the way? The only problem with Nigeria is that even though we are one of the best countries when it comes to football in Africa, we are also one of the most emotionally stressed. Nigeria can take you to the highest of highs. When you are watching the Super Eagles, you get to the highest of highs. I can never forget. When I give birth to my kids, I'll tell them about watching 2013 AFCON, watching us leave the 2013 AFCON. But they can also take you to the lowest of lows. Just look at what happened against Congo. But if you want a team that is actually serious, that knows what they are doing, that have their heads screwed on, you should probably go for Senegal. Obviously, Senegal's biggest star is Sadio Mane, but they have a lot of players, a lot of wonderful players that are dotted across Europe. And if you want a team that is disciplined, a team that is tactically sound, Senegal is the one for you. Senegal, over the past few years, they've always been there or thereabouts. They won in 2022. The tournament before that, they were runners up. So you can place your bets that they'll probably be there when it comes to the semi-finals. You can support these teams if you want to support your stars, just so that if these teams lose, there's a lot of backlash that is going to come for you, especially if you support Nigeria. We love bantering each other in African football, and nobody gets more hits than Nigeria when we lose, because Nigerians, we don't know how to close our mouth. We're always talking. Up next is the category for those of you that just want the vibes, drama and moments you just can't script. The hosts Morocco are under massive pressure. They haven't won AFCON since 1976, but they have quality all over the pitch and the crowd behind them. Hakimi is just coming back from an injury, but he's still one of their best players. He's still their star player. There's no Hakim Ziyech for them this time, but they still have one of the strongest teams in the AFCON. Maybe even the strongest team when it comes to this competition. And in Africa, a continent that's home advantage actually does mean home advantage. There's a lot of drama in store for this country. Up next is Gabon. They are just pure entertainment. They have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Bro, this guy is firing on still at, I think he's 34 or 36. After he left Barcelona, not even before he left Barcelona, when he was at Chelsea, everybody thought it was done for him. When he left Arsenal, everybody thought it was done for him. But look at it now. 5 years in the future, he's still firing on for Marseille. It seems like almost every week he's scoring for them. It seems like almost every week he's assisting. And look at the World Cup qualifiers. It was fantastic for them until Nigeria knocked them out, even though Nigeria did not go anywhere. But that's by the way. Let's move on to the next country. Up next is Comoros. Comoros is one of the smallest countries in Africa. Zero expectations and they have nothing to lose. I had to just put these underdogs into these categories because these are the teams that turn AFCON upside down. If you remember the last AFCON tournament, we had Cape Verde. Cape Verde was the underdog team that exceeded all expectations by playing beautiful football and of course bringing beautiful women to the stadiums. I know you saw that meme. Don't just pretend as if you didn't see it. If you like late goals, shock results and overall drama, this is the category for you. This category is for the football nerds, those of you that care about field tits, XG. I know I'm among you people, but don't call me a nerd in the comment section. This category is for you guys. Up first is DR Congo. They are balanced, they are athletic, and they are dangerous when underestimated. They have the ever-present Cedric Bakambu and Edo Kayembe, Noah Sadiki also. I think Noah Sadiki plays for Wolves. This was the team that succeeded in eliminating Cameroon from World Cup qualification, and they did it with a wonderful performance, a well-executed tactical plan, and they played exactly like that against Nigeria also. So they will be a wonderful team to support. Up next is a stalwart of tactics, bro. These people have been having advanced tactics from way back, like as far back as I can remember. Tunisia have been one of the best tactical teams in the AFCON. Anytime Nigeria faced them back in the day when I was a team, it was always pressure. There was always something on the line, and they always beat us. They always peppered us. Apart from maybe Hannibal, that was a former Manchester United player, I don't think they have a lot of players that people know, but their tactical identity and the way they play together is just wonderful to watch, and they are just a solid team. And lastly, we have Algeria. I will never forget that Riyad Mahrez free kick. Oh my days, that tournament, I always believed we were going to win that tournament, the one that Senegal won, but that's not what we are here to talk about. Algeria is another team that is always tactically sound. They always play as if they are Europeans. They are always very, very good. They play on the wings, they play through the midfield. Just beautiful, beautiful football. And of course, when you have Riyad Mahrez in your team, it doesn't hurt to support that kind of team. These teams are not the one that will trend on social media. They won't have a lot of drama. They're always cool, calm, and collected. But suddenly, at the end of the tournament, you just see them in the semi-final and the finals. Who doesn't love an underdog story in sports? I don't really have a lot to say about these guys, but it just goes to show you that these teams are always ignored in the AFCON, but somehow they always end up there or thereabouts. And that's just, see, you know, I've talked about like 8 teams now that they are always ending up in the semi-final. That's just the beauty of the AFCON. Up first in this category are the defending champions, Côte d'Ivoire. These guys have a wonderful team. They have everything it takes to be the champions. But if you notice the last time out, they weren't really wonderful during the first part of the tournament. They picked it up after they changed their coach. And if you ask me as a Nigerian, I believe Nigeria should probably have won the AFCON if we played better in the final. But as for Côte d'Ivoire, they are no longer underdogs. Everybody now is looking at them. Everybody now is going to be raring to play against them in this tournament. And it remains to be seen what they are going to do. But they are such a wonderful team to support. They just have that little X factor that could make them go all the way. And of course, when we are talking about pressure, when we are talking about history, we have to put Morocco in there. They are the host nation. They probably have the most pressure out of all the nations in this competition. And for a team that have not won since 1972, is it 1972 or 76? But they've not won in decades. And in African football, the host team probably has the most pressure to win the tournament. But as a Nigerian, I really hope they don't end it, because I want the last country on this list to win it, which is Nigeria. Always dramatic. You cannot escape it. If Ghana was in these tournaments, Ghana would have been the team that could compete with Nigeria when it comes to drama. If you love drama, come to Nigeria. Come and support Nigeria. You see all the contents you want. You see people insulting Osimhen. You see people insulting the coach. Bro, anything you are looking for, you will see it when you are supporting Nigeria. Support these teams if you like storylines, if you want every match to feel like it's something big. I remember like 2 days ago we played against Egypt and everybody was already yapping because we lost against Egypt in a friendly. Guys, it's a tune-up match. Calm down, it's not that deep, but everybody was already talking. There was already so many thick pieces on the TL. So let's wrap up what we've learned so far. Let me give you the quick cheat code. If you want star power, support Nigeria, Egypt, or Senegal. If you want chaos and emotion, support Morocco, Gabon, and Comoros. If you want tactical football, support Congo, Tunisia, and Algeria. If you want underdogs, we have Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, and Mozambique. And if you want pressure and history, support Ivory Coast, Morocco, and Nigeria. Choose your struggle. AFCON is not about neutrality, it's about emotion. So please pick a team so that you can all drag. You can come look for me on Twitter too. Let's drag with each other. Let's banter each other. Let's just enjoy the AFCON. It promises to be wonderful. It promises to be dramatic. I just recorded a video about Hugo Bruce being accused of being racist. It's just, African football is wonderful. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.